It's time for a rebrand, y'all. It is time for a rebrand. So what does that mean exactly? Basically, I'm not gonna stop doing Miku, don't worry, but I am going to branch out. I am going to not exclusively be doing Miku, and instead I am going to kind of move to more characters who have had a really big impact on my life and just make me feel good, and characters that I've always wanted to do but I've just been too nervous, unconfident to do them. But I feel a lot more confident in my cosplay skills now, and my sewing skills, and just my skills altogether that have to do with cosplay stuff. So I'm feeling pretty good. So like, who are we gonna be making? We're gonna be making Peach, we're gonna be making Palutena, we're gonna be making Zelda, we're gonna be making all kinds of characters. I don't want to tell you all of them yet, but I'm extremely excited. This is the first time in a while that I felt like super passionate about like cosplay stuff and like what I'm doing. So I'm like extremely excited. So who are we working on first? First, I want to try Palutena. I'm very excited for her. She has all these little, well, of course you know what she looks like, but if you don't, she has all these little cool bits and bobs and little armor pieces on her, and she's super awesome. I've always loved playing her, especially in Smash. My husband always gets really annoyed when I play her in Smash because I just spam her arrows. It's really bad. It's really bad, but it's a lot of fun and it's effective. So we're starting with Palutena. I am very excited. I already have the fabric for her. I think I already have the rest of the materials in my art room as well ready for her and ready to go. I just have to go search and find them. So let's go on a little adventure and see if we have all the tools that I need for her. So this is my art room closet. I don't think I've ever actually shown you guys what this looks like. This is what it looks like. It's got basically, it's the heart of my art room. It's got all my art supplies in here. It's got so much fabric. We have paint, we have foam, we have cardboard, we have pretty paper, we have costumes that might be coming soon. Ooh, spoilers! So basically what I'm going to be doing is searching for the fabric that I want for Palutena. So here's all of my white fabric. This is more of a cotton. I don't really want to go matte with this look. I kind of want to go shiny just because she is like a goddess, so I think she like deserves shiny fabric. I think I'm going to be going with this one right here, this nice shiny white. It obviously needs a lot of ironing, but I think that will look the best. And then for all of her little bits and bobs, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna be taking this kind of foam cardboard board, and I think I'm gonna use that mostly for her little bits and bobs. And then for her shield, I'm going to be using this flexible foam board here. You'll see how that works in a bit. I'm not positive it's going to work, but I have this idea in my head of how I want it to go. So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. But yeah, so this is my little art room closet. I am very excited to get started. So let's just jump right into Palutena. So first up, out of all of her little bits and bobs, the first thing I'm making is the little rings, the very little rings that go on her, I don't know, I guess you could call it her sash almost. If you know what Palutena looks like, you know that she has a ton of just little accessories on her little sash that she has going on around her waist. So first off, I'm just starting very, very simple. And yeah, we're just gonna start very simple and grow bigger and bigger. Okay, so these are what the rings look like cut out. Can you kind of identify what part of the sash they go on now? It's just the 3 rings that go on like the very beginning of her sash. So now I'm going to paint them gold. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there. So obviously those look a little rough right now. Obviously they need more than one coat of paint, but you can see where the vision's going, right? If you can. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can, but hopefully you can see where the vision is going. So now we're just gonna keep working away on more of those little pieces. Some of the pieces aren't really flat like a board would provide. Some of them are more 3D and like have curves to them. So what I'm gonna do for those is I'm gonna sculpt them out of clay actually. So you'll see some more of that later on. Right now I'm just gonna focus on the pieces that I can actually make out of foam board. So let's just keep knocking them out. Okay, so we've just finished all the pieces that I can do with foam board. Now it is on to the fun part, which is making the clay pieces. So I'm going to use a little bit of a hack. I'm going to use some tin foil on the inside of the clay pieces and then cover the tin foil in clay. That's going to make the clay pieces a lot lighter as opposed to just making them completely out of clay. That would be really super heavy. So that's a little hack for you if you didn't know that. So let's get started shaping the tin foil. Alrighty, so we have just hit the back of the foam board pieces with a coat of paint. The front still needs another coat, the back is gonna need another coat, but it's coming together. I'm seeing the vision and I'm very, very happy. And then I have also got all of the clay pieces. They are ready to bake, but right now dinner's in the oven, so I can't bake them right now. But after dinner I can bake them, so that'll be fun. And then I can paint them, and then they'll look amazing. And yeah, that's where we are right now. I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break right now for the day. I might come back and sew the dress later, not sure, or at least get started on it. But that is what I have done today. I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, we're back at it again. So I cooked my clay pieces last night. 2 of them broke, unfortunately, so I am going to attempt to try and fix them with super glue. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. When I've tried to do super glue with clay before, it hasn't really worked in my favor, but who knows, maybe because the pieces are so light, it'll work this time. I'm remaining hopeful. So those 2 pieces are currently drying with the super glue. I'm gonna give them like an hour to dry and see if it works. The other pieces I'm going to start painting gold. And yeah, my foam board pieces are looking pretty good. I still have to hit each side with a second coat of paint still, but after that they should be looking pretty good. And yeah, we're just trucking along, so let's start painting. Okay, so we've just hit the clay pieces with the first coat of paint. They look a little rough right now, but I know when the second coat of paint goes on, they're gonna look really, really good. Very excited. I'm gonna take a little lunch break right now, and then when I come back, we're going to work on something very fun. We're going to work on the shield. How fun is that? Oh my goodness, I am so excited. This will be my first time ever making a shield. My second time ever making anything armor related. My first one was racing Miku. Oh goodness, was it 2015, 2016, 2014? Somewhere around there. The one where she has the white and gold armor on. It turned out really well, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm hoping, by the sheer will of God, that that's going to happen again, and it turns out good again somehow by just flying by the seat of my pants. Again, no idea what I'm really doing, but I'm having fun, and that's what counts, right? It's cosplay. You're supposed to play with it. It should be fun. So I'm very excited, so I will be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back from lunch. It was very tasty, if you were wondering. What did I have? I had steak. It was really good. It was leftover steak from last night. Very good, just in case you wanted to know. So what are we working on now? We are gonna work on Palutena's shield. I know I'm kind of doing this backwards by like not making the outfit first and making all the accessories first, but I don't think the outfit is gonna give me too much trouble, she said hopefully. I think it's really gonna be the accessories that are gonna give me the trouble, so that's why I'm starting on them so early, and also it takes forever for paint to dry. So while I wait for paint to dry, I'm also going to be working on her actual outfit a little bit. I haven't started yet, but you know, I will eventually. So for her shield, we are using this big piece of cardboard as the base. I'm going to cut out a giant circle out of this and use that as the base. And then for the more curved part of the shield, the front of the shield, I'm going to use this flexible foam here. Not exactly sure how that's gonna go. I have a plan in my mind about how I want it to go. I'm not sure if it's actually gonna work. So you know, we'll find out. We'll see. I'm gonna try my hardest, and that's what counts, right? Right. Well, that did not go to plan. The foam just wasn't forming how I wanted it to, but don't worry, I've got another plan, because I always have another plan. So we're going to try almost like what we did with the clay. We're gonna try tin foil on the inside to give it that dome shape. We're gonna duct tape over it, and then we're gonna paper mache over that. Is it gonna work? I have no idea, but we're certainly gonna try our hardest, so let's get started. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. Does it look really janky? Oh yeah, but does it give you that curve that you want? Oh yeah, it's gonna look so good. If it goes to plan, if the paper mache actually sticks to this tape, we'll be golden. No idea if it actually is going to, but we're gonna try. Again, we're just trying stuff. I know from other tutorials that have made circular shields that like they just use like an exercise ball and then form the foam onto that, but I don't have an exercise ball. And I'm not gonna buy one just for a one-time use, or at least what I think is gonna be a one-time use, because I really wanted to keep this as stuff that I already have in my home. And what did I have in my home? I had cardboard, I had tin foil, and I had packing tape. So far I'm really happy with it. Let's see if that continues. Okay, somehow I think that actually worked? Question mark? We'll wait till it dries and then we'll kind of see where we go from there, right? Yeah, so the first layer is drying right now. I'm probably gonna do at least 2 layers on this bad boy just to make it nice and sturdy. It is a shield after all. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna lay another coat of paint over all the accessories. You know the deal. These things take a lot of paint, a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of drying time. So let's go. So we have made quite a good amount of progress today. What have we done so far? Excellent question. So we have hit all of the charm pieces with their final coat of paint. They are ready to go. We made the belts by just cutting strips of fake leather and braiding them all together. And then we attached the charms to the belts. And then we have also started to paint the top part of the staff, the pretty part basically, this part that isn't the actual stick. So we have started to paint that. It's looking pretty good. Obviously it looks a bit rough right now. Don't worry, it's gonna look good once we get all the detailing on it. I'm very excited for the detailing. And yeah, while I wait for that to dry, I'm actually going to start to work on the dress. How fun is that? I'm very excited. So what I've decided to do, I've decided to do the top dress with the shiny fabric and then the underskirt with a matte fabric, because if you look at them, they look like slightly 2 different fabrics. So I'm gonna do matte cotton on the underskirt and then shiny satin on the actual dress part of it. So let's get started. Okay, that was a lot of work today. So to recap what we got done, we got the belts done. We're working on the head of the staff. We got all of the elements of the dress sewn. We just have to actually finish detailing them and combine them together. But yeah, she's going super good. I'm really proud of this so far. I'm really liking this so far. I hope you guys are too, and I will see you tomorrow. So what are we doing today? Excellent question. Here is the answer. So I've basically done everything that I can do for Palutena right now. I'm just waiting on stuff to dry, honestly. And I caved, I got a heat gun. Because the paper mache just wasn't working for me. It doesn't look as clean as I want it to. And you know, we tried something new, and it just didn't work out. And that's kind of what cosplay is. You try different stuff, and if it doesn't work out, you try something else, which is okay. So I got a heat gun and I got some new foam here, if you can see that. So I just got some foam, and hopefully it'll work and it'll shape into the shield that I imagine that it will. If it don't know what I'm gonna do next, but I'll figure out something. And then what next Again, basically done all the stuff I can do. I'm just waiting for that heat gun to get here so I can do the shield, so I can do her armor that goes on her arms, her forearms. And until then, I can't really do anything. So instead, what are we going to do? We are going to work on another cosplay. Who are we doing? Da, 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 da! Zelda. I am so excited. It is going to be her Twilight Princess version, so the version with the brunette hair and the white and purple dress. So like purple up top and then white on the skirt. I have always wanted to do Zelda. She was the first ever character that I played in Smash, and this is like back in the day. We're talking Smash Bros. Melee. Melee. I think it's Melee. But yeah, super excited to do her. I think she's gonna be so much fun. She has so much detail on her, but I'm really excited to take that on and just give it a try and see how it works. Yeah, so let's go to the art closet and see what we got. So we have got our purple fabric over here. Let's go take a look. So I'm thinking either this one or this one. I need to look at a reference picture again to see if it's a more darker purple or a more lighter purple, but one of these should work. And then for white fabric, let's take a look. I want to do shiny again, shiny fabric. So this could work. Let's open it up and see how much real estate we got to work with. Not as much as I would prefer because her skirt is pretty big. We could use this for like the top or something, but probably not the skirt. And then I want to say, yep, same for this one. Not enough for the skirt. If you can see that, it's a little bit short, so not enough for her skirt. Let's see what else we got. That is all matte fabric. That is all matte. That is all matte. What do we got here? Ooh, I'm feeling that this one might be the one. Yes, that will do. That will definitely do. We can totally make the skirt out of this. Okay, I'm glad that we actually found a fabric that is going to work. I wasn't sure if we would have enough fabric, but we did. So let's just dive right in and get started. Okay, good news, bad news. Good news, I got the heat gun, so that is very exciting. Bad news, I don't think I'm going to be able to make the dome shape of the shield, because what I would use as like a way to like push it into that dome shape when I heat the foam up would be the shield that I kind of already made, but like tissue paper is very flammable and heat guns get very, very hot, and I don't want to like risk it or anything because I'm all about safety. I'm all about safety when it comes to cosplay. So yeah, so I just don't think that's gonna work. So what does that mean? Am I gonna give up on the shield completely? No, I think I'm just gonna make it flat though and not dome shaped, which kind of really bugs me. But I'm just gonna have to get over it. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's really not. And again, cosplay is all about having fun, and I'm not going to put myself like under duress in order to make something domed. I'm just not gonna do that. I don't think it's worth it. So we're gonna work on the shield a little bit more. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it out of cardboard and then do some detailing with cardboard. I think it's still gonna look real pretty. It's just, yeah, it just won't be a dome shape, and that's okay. And that's okay. Okay, one more unfortunate news, and it's gonna be the last unfortunate news of this cosplay, I swear. So you know those little charms that I so painstakingly crafted with clay for the belt? So even though they're still extremely light, they're still too heavy for the belt because the belts are just like kind of like floating there. Like they don't really have that much structure to them. They're not tight. So like they're just really floating there. It's kind of a miracle. But she's a goddess, so I guess that works. But anyways, so the clay pieces are just dragging it down, and it looks really weird because like it's this nice line and then it drags down and then it's this nice line again, and it just doesn't look right. So fortunately though, I had enough charms made out of the foam that I had from earlier. Fortunately, I had enough of those to actually be able to attach to it and make it still look good. Will it be photo accurate? No. Will it still look good? Yeah, it will. So I'm not too upset about it. I hope you're not too upset about it. I don't know. You can fire me later if you want to. But anyways, I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I wasn't able to really start on Zelda. I did choose which fabrics I want to use for her, but I didn't really have time to actually start on her today because I just didn't, and that's okay. But I will be able to start on her in the next one, so if you stay tuned, you might be able to see that. And with that, I'm going to end this vlog, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah!